Mm. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. This is your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa 914, which is a county, New York, doing another video real quick. And it is what it is. It's Monday. It's Monday morning. Good Monday morning to everyone in the sector. And this is your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa. And it's been an interesting weekend. We had an interesting weekend here on these YouTube streets. For some of us who are content creators, it's been a very interesting weekend. Me personally, I had a wonderful weekend. It started a little bumpy, but it ended well. And I had a wonderful weekend. And I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Daylight savings time will start next week, I think. Does it start next week? Well, anyway, I know it starts in March. Like I said before, I don't keep up with much of these things anymore. These things are irrelevant to me, just like I don't keep up with the holidays. The only holiday I keep up with is Halloween and the Day of the Dead. Thanksgiving, I don't care about. Christmas, I don't care about. New Year's, I don't care about. President's Day, I don't care about. I don't care about none of these other holidays. They don't represent me. They don't do anything for me. And a shout out to the chat. Yeah, this is your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa. It's early in the morning. I understand it's early in the fucking morning. It's like, let me look at the time real quick. Oh my goodness. It's almost 4:30. It's almost 4:30 in the morning. I'm usually up and gone out of my house by now, but I said to myself, you know what? I'm not gonna worry about it today. I'm not gonna worry about the hustle and bustle today because it don't make no sense. I'll just call the office later on this morning. That's all. Because I'm basically it's an oversleeping issue anyway. I overslept because I'm usually up between 3 o'clock and 3:30. That's the time period I usually get myself together, get dressed, put on my shoes, and I'm out the door. And I'm tired of the hustle and bustle of doing all that for right now. You know what I mean? Only thing they're gonna do, like if I do go out to the office, either that office is gonna keep me and put me on a job, or they're gonna send me to the other office on Remont Road. And I really don't feel like dealing with those irresponsible people on Remont Road. I don't. I really don't. I truly don't. And then it takes forever to get home. Like when I work for the other office, it takes me like if I get off at 3:30, I don't get home till almost 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Yep. Because that's just how the buses run in this area. That's why I like in a way I wish I would just move right back to fucking New York. Because New York public transportation is totally different. Everything is different in New York. The people are different in New York. Everything is different. The money situation is different in New York. Yeah, I might be in a pickle for a little while, but I know how to pick myself up, brush myself off, and keep things moving and get another apartment. It's not hard to do. It's really not hard to do. Yeah, there'll be more competition, but it is what it is. I know how to maneuver. I know how to take care of myself. You know what I mean? And like I said before, a lot of things are changing. Um, Me and Birdman, we were the last from our crew, and even he and I are floating further and further away from each other. 7 years, 7 years. Uh, one sir, he a couple of years ago he got sick. He had to have some surgery, and there was one day I went to go to work, and I came back, and they had already started prepping him for different things. They gave him a blood transfusion. Then later on, they did the surgery. He stayed in the hospital for almost 2 weeks. I stayed there with him. But even though we went through what we went through together, we don't have to be loyal to each other. We don't. And we don't owe each other anything. He still owes me money, yes. I'm always going to hold that above his head. And that's the way it goes. You know what I mean? Because if it was me, I'm gonna put it like this: I don't feel comfortable sitting in anyone's face, and I know I owe you money. No way, no way in the world, no way in the world. That's why I like to pay people back. Like if I borrow, I pay that shit right back. Sometimes it's the very next day. Hello. A lot of people don't do it like that. A lot of people don't have the heart like the way I got it. It is what it is. A shout out to the chat. But yeah, and nothing lasts forever. People come into your life. Some people come for a reason, some people come for a season. And if I was born to parents that was only there for a season, what you think I think everyone else is going to do? I don't expect much from people. I don't. I don't. There's one thing I learned years ago when I started my journey of trying to get sober, and I was going to an outpatient program right there, and where was I? I was right outside New Rochelle. I went, when I started going through avenues on sobriety, and I, try to stay clean from alcohol. I had this one counselor. She said, don't expect anything from anyone, because when you start expecting things from people and it doesn't turn out to be that way, two things happen. One, you become bitter, and two, you end up losing your mind. And I can't really expect anybody. I can't expect anything from anyone. I don't care how adult you are. I don't expect anything from anyone. You know, it is what it is. I'm human. I have feelings. I have aspirations just like everyone else. And certain things be happening, and I find myself getting angry about it. You know what I mean? So I try to remove myself from certain situations so that won't happen. You know what I mean? So today is Monday. It's the beginning of the fucking work week. You know what I mean? Yeah, when I used to do my older videos, my older channel, I used to always say the working man is a sucker. And I truly believe that. I truly believe that, man. The working man is a sucker. You work all your life. You're only gonna get back half of what you gave out. So what's the point? I'm not busting my ass for nobody no more. Fuck them. If the work don't get done, don't fucking get done. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna be killing myself for any one company. Because once you stretch yourself out there and you put yourself in harm's way, something happened to you, them motherfuckers ain't gonna give a fuck about you. They ain't gonna give a fuck about you. You're expendable. You can be replaced. Trust me. Trust me. Even though I've been a good worker for these two different companies I work for, it doesn't fucking matter. When I don't show up, they can replace me. And I don't give a fuck. It's just when I come in later on in the week, I want my fucking money. Just like anybody fucking else. But see, I noticed that in the South, it's a whole lot of bullshit going on down here. Number one, they don't have any unions. Number two, there certain things about their systems down here run a little bit different. It's totally different than what it is in New York. New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. These are the places a lot of my people that came from Cape Verde came to. They went to Boston. They went to Rhode Island, Providence. You know what I mean? They went to Connecticut. They went to New York. They went to New Jersey. Some of my people went to Georgia. Some of my people went to California. So we're all over. The Cape Verdean American community is all over the United States. We're everywhere. It's just our numbers are greater when you go to Massachusetts. Massachusetts and Rhode Island. New England. Shout out to Boston, Massachusetts and Providence, Rhode Island. A shout out to them. Because in Boston, they have, I forget what neighborhood it is, but it's in Boston. And they have their own Cape Verdean American community. No other ethnic group can live in those communities. No other ethnic group. Just Cape Verdeans and Cape Verdean Americans. That's it. Like I said, my great grandfather, he came to this country. He was supposed to have went to Boston. He ended up in New York. Don't ask me how the man ended up in New York. He stayed in New York. My great grandfather lived to be 100 years old, and then when he went back to Cape Verde to do what he always did every year, he ended up dying. Getting sick, and he ended up dying that same year. So it is what it is. And my grandmother, she just had a birthday in February. She's an Aquarius, just like my father is an Aquarius. Like I said before, she's like in her 90s. She's not going to get any younger, but I do know that she does enjoy doing her service work for her church. I know she enjoys traveling out of the country every year. Every year, her and her sisters, and now it's just one of my aunts, my other aunts, like my father's sister, who goes, to Cape Verde every year. First, she goes to Puerto Rico, then she goes to Cape Verde. Stays in Cape Verde for a couple of weeks, and then comes right back to the United States. My grandmother, as she got older, she wanted to move to Puerto Rico. I said, Grandma, if you go to Puerto Rico, you don't speak any Spanish. She said, Arabia, you know. They speak English over there too, but, and Puerto Rican Spanish is different from Dominican Spanish, it's different from Mexican Spanish, it's different from Cuban Spanish. And the Spanish I mostly use, like when I do use Spanish, it's mostly like from what I've learned from the Dominicans and Cubans and Mexicans. That's the kind of Spanish I use. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But yeah, I'm not gonna be here that long. I just want to come up and say good morning to everyone. Hope everyone has an awesome day today. And I'm not going in. Fuck them. I'll call them later. I'm not gonna die by missing one day. You know what I mean? All my bills are caught up with. I don't give a fuck. Only thing I need to do is raise the money so I can go back to fucking New York right after my birthday. I'm not going around my birthday. I'm going right after my birthday. So that'll be like towards the end of this month. And if I get on my feelings, I might not even come back to South Carolina. Come back to South Carolina for what? None of my family is here. All the people that are related to me, I don't know those fuckers. I don't know not one of them. I haven't met any of them. The only one I know is my biological mother, and she ain't shit. Like I told y'all before, I saw that bitch a couple of weeks ago, just before I got to this house, and we locked eyes, and this bitch didn't even say nothing. The bitch didn't even move. The bitch was petrified. Don't have kids if you're not gonna fucking take care of them. I know I met so many sorry ass motherfuckers. I mean, 20, 30 years ago, you didn't hear certain shit, but now it's like anything goes. You know what I mean? So what the fuck? I give a fuck if I miss one day of fucking work. Fuck them. They'll be all right. Like I said, I'm replaceable. I'm replaceable in life too. Shit. Nothing lasts forever. Everything must come to a close. Everything must come to an end. I mean, it is what it is. Shout out to the chat. I'm cranky. I'm tired. I don't feel like getting up. And I'm not getting up. I'm not getting up until a little bit later on. Shoot, I might end up going back to sleep. It is what it is. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Now, I've been busting my ass ever since I got out of fucking prison. Ever since I got out in 2001, I've been busting my ass every day after that. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I should just go ahead and take me a month vacation. I take a month vacation though, I'm gonna have to end up moving anyway, so I really don't give a fuck. A month vacation. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So I won't have to worry about nothing. You know what I mean? Just live my life carefree for a whole month. Ain't that's what some people do? Like when Christmas come around, they'll take a whole month off, or February come around, they'll take a whole month off. There's some instances when March or April comes up, or May, they'll take a whole month and just chill. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, just came up to say good morning and give everyone a quick shout out. I hope everyone has an awesome day. And I'm closing out the video. So I'll talk to everyone later. Or perhaps I'll see you in someone else's chat. Since I'm not going to work today, I'll probably be in a few people's chats talking shit. Today is trolling day. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to be trolling people. I'll probably be sitting in other people's chats though, because I get bored. I don't want to watch TV and movies all day long and play video games all day long. So I'll go in someone else's chat, sit there for a little bit, listen to what they're talking about. And if the shit is boring, I just click off. Shit. This sector got a lot of shit going on with it, but sometimes it could be real boring too. It depends on who the content creator is. It truly depends on who they are, what kind of personality they got, and what they're gonna be talking about. And me personally, I like it when the content creators just do their own content and don't use nobody else's videos, their audio, no nothing like that. But some people choose to do that as part of their content. I guess they're thinking about how to entertain a larger audience. I don't give a fuck about that because YouTube is not my life. YouTube is not my life. Peace out, everyone. Hope y'all have an awesome day. Peace. One.